Imagine a quiet town where people suddenly start dancing uncontrollably, laughing for days, or even meowing like cats. Sounds like a fever dream, right? But these are real moments from history where entire groups lost it, swept up in bizarre behaviors with no clear cause. Welcome to Odd Whys, your go-to channel for the weirdest whys behind history's strangest stories. Today, we're counting down 10 of the most mind-boggling mass hysteria events that'll leave you stunned, spooked, and maybe a little amused. From a dancing plague that killed to a witch hunt that tore a town apart, these stories show the wild power of the human mind. So, grab a seat, don't start dancing yet, and let's dive into history's oddest outbreaks. Number 10. The Great Clown Panic of 2016. It's 2016 and America's got a creepy clown problem. It starts in Green Bay, Wisconsin, when a clown named Gags is spotted lurking at night. Soon, reports of sinister clowns flood in from across the U.S., terrifying communities. People claim clowns are chasing kids, wielding knives, or just standing creepily in the woods. Schools go on lockdown and social media fuels the panic with viral videos. By October, dozens are arrested for clown-related hoaxes. So, what happened? Most sightings were pranks or misidentifications, amplified by social media's echo chamber. Psychologists suggest it was mass psychogenic illness, triggered by pre-existing fears of clowns, thanks Stephen King, and societal unease during a tense election year. No real killer clowns were found, but the panic disrupted lives and proved how fast fear spreads online. Dark humor alert. Imagine explaining to your boss you're late because a clown was chasing you. Next up, a town convinced their cars were under attack. Number 9. The Seattle Windshield Pitting Delusion. In 1954, Bellingham, Washington residents noticed tiny pits on their car windshields. The story explodes in Seattle, with thousands reporting similar damage. Theories range from nuclear fallout to cosmic rays to sand fleas. By April, 15,000 cars are inspected, with 3,000 showing pits. Police conclude it's just normal wear magnified by mass hysteria. Media hype and Cold War anxiety, think nuclear tests and UFO scares, fueled the delusion. Psychologists call it a classic case of social contagion, where noticing one flaw makes everyone hyper-aware. The panic spread to 8 states and Canada before fading. Here's the dark twist. People were so paranoid they blamed invisible enemies rather than their own windshield's age. If you're still with us, you're tougher than a 1950s windshield. Next, a laughter epidemic that wasn't so funny. Number 8. The Tanganyika Laughter Epidemic. Picture this. It's 1962 in Tanganyika, now Tanzania. 3 girls at a boarding school in Kashasha start laughing uncontrollably. Soon, 95 of 159 students are in hysterics, some for days. The school shuts down, but the laughter spreads to villages, affecting over 1,000 people across 18 months. Symptoms include crying, fainting, and even violence, with 14 schools closing. What sparked this? Experts point to mass psychogenic illness, driven by stress from Tanganyika's recent independence. New societal expectations clashed with traditional norms, especially for young girls, turning giggles into a regional crisis. Sociologists call it a conversion reaction, where stress manifests physically. Dark humor moment. They say laughter's the best medicine, but here it was the disease. Coming up, a twitching outbreak that caused a stampede. Number 7. The Louisiana Twitching Epidemic of 1939. In 1939, a high school in Louisiana becomes ground zero for a bizarre outbreak. A female student starts twitching uncontrollably during a dance rehearsal. Soon, dozens of girls are twitching, some so violently it sparks a stampede. The school grapples with chaos as parents and doctors scramble for answers. No physical cause is found, and the consensus lands on mass psychogenic illness. The trigger? Likely stress from the Great Depression and rigid gender expectations in a small conservative town. Social contagion spread the symptoms, as seeing one girl twitch made others follow. The episode faded quickly, but left the town rattled. Imagine trying to explain to your teacher why you're twitching instead of doing homework. Talk about a shaky excuse. Next, a gas attack that never was. Number 6, the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. It's 1944 in Mattoon, Illinois during World War II. Residents report a mysterious figure spraying gas into homes, causing nausea, paralysis, and a sweet odor. Panic grips the town, with vigilantes patrolling and police swamped with calls. No gasser is ever caught, and tests find no evidence of gas. Psychologists label it mass hysteria, fueled by wartime fears of chemical attacks and a media sensationalism. The Mad Gasser became a scapegoat for collective anxiety, with symptoms likely psychosomatic. Dark twist. People were so scared they armed themselves, probably more dangerous than any imaginary gasser. If you're still watching, you're braver than a Mattoon night watchman. Next, a revolutionary panic that shook France. Number 5, the Great Fear. In 1789, the French Revolution is in full swing. Peasants across the countryside hear rumors of aristocratic plots to burn crops and reclaim power. Panic spreads like wildfire, dubbed the Great Fear. Villagers form militias, attack nobles, and burn chateaus, convinced bandits are coming. No such plots existed. It was pure mass hysteria. The chaos stemmed from economic hardship, political upheaval, and distrust between classes. Social contagion turned whispers into widespread violence. Historians suggest it was a release of pent-up fear in a volatile time. Dark humor alert. Nothing says revolution like torching your landlord's mansion over a rumor. Next, a witch hunt that changed history. Number 4, the Salem Witch Trials. In 1692, Salem, Massachusetts is a powder keg of Puritan zeal. Young girls, including Abigail Williams and Betty Paris, start having fits, screaming and contorting. They blame witchcraft, pointing fingers at neighbors. Over 200 are accused, 30 found guilty, and 19 hanged, with one man crushed to death. The trials end when the governor's wife is accused, halting the madness. Theories include mass hysteria from strict religious norms, social rivalries, and possibly ergot poisoning, though evidence is shaky. The fear of the devil and spectral evidence fueled the panic, showing how belief can spiral. Dark twist. Accusing your neighbor of witchcraft because they didn't return your rake. Puritan justice at its finest. Next, nuns acting like demons. Number 3, the Loudun possessions. In 1632, Loudun, France, a convent of Ursuline nuns claims demonic possession. They convulse, speak in tongues, and accuse priest Urbain Grandier of bewitching them. Grandier is tried, tortured, and burned at the stake. No evidence of demons is found, but political rivalries and religious fervor drive the hysteria. Psychologists suggest mass psychogenic illness, with the nuns' repressed lives and local power struggles as triggers. The case inspired books and films showing how hysteria can destroy lives. Dark humor moment. Imagine the nuns' surprise when their demons didn't survive a good exorcism or a bad trial. If you're still here, you're possessed by curiosity. Next, nuns with a feline twist. Number 2, meowing and biting nuns. Sometime in the Middle Ages, a French convent goes full catastrophe. One nun starts meowing like a cat, and soon the whole convent is yowling daily, baffling locals. In Germany, another convent sees nuns biting each other, spreading to nearby cloisters. The meowing stopped only when soldiers threatened to whip the nuns. Theories point to mass psychogenic illness, with the stress of strict monastic life and isolation as culprits. Some suggest neurological disorders, but social contagion is the likely spark. Dark twist. Imagine the neighbors' faces when the convent turned into a feline choir. Talk about a perfectly weird outbreak. And now, our number 1. Number 1. The Dancing Plague of 1518. It's July 1518 in Strasbourg, France. Frau Trofea starts dancing in the street, unable to stop. Within days, up to 400 people join her, dancing until they collapse. Some die from exhaustion or heart attacks. Authorities, thinking music might help, hire musicians, making it worse. The plague fades by September, but why did it happen? Theories include mass psychogenic illness from famine and disease stress, ergot poisoning causing convulsions, or cultural beliefs in a dancing curse. The truth remains elusive, but it's history's wildest flash mob. Dark humor alert. Talk about dancing like nobody's watching until you drop dead. This tops our list for sheer bizarre tragedy. From mowing nuns to deadly dance-offs, these 10 mass hysteria events prove the human mind can spark chaos in the strangest ways. They remind us how stress, fear, and belief can turn communities upside down. If these stories blew your mind, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more weird tales on Odd Wise. Got a favorite hysteria moment? Drop it in the comments. We're dying to know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more Odd Wise.